bloody love driving in America. It's such a pleasure. It's such an absolute pleasure. We've had to change our car.
As an English person visiting Texas, there's one thing I can't get used to, and it is the walking. It is so hot and humid.
3 to 4 hours walking. That is what a 10-minute drive looks like on foot in Texas. Europeans arriving in America for the first time have absolutely no idea what they are walking into. Literally. Today we are breaking down the one thing that shocks every single foreigner the moment they land in America. The cars, the roads, the distances, and the reason why Americans drive absolutely everywhere.
I bloody love driving in America. It's such a pleasure. It's such an absolute pleasure. We've had to change our car purely because we needed to, the old car had a service. But we've got this Jeep Wagoneer. It is massive. It is huge. The air conditioning is amazing. The screen is amazing. I'm even getting cold air blowing up my bottom. I love being in America. I love American cars. I love American roads, and we are having the best time of our lives.
It is huge. It will take you 40 minutes to drive to a local Walmart. What makes you think you're going to walk to the stadium in America? Godspeed. Godspeed. Americans are built for driving. They drive everywhere. If you try to walk in America, you'll end up not physically being able to walk because you'll get hit by an absolute 4x4 truck. So this is to all the British fans who think...
A British woman. I just moved to America. She has a question that has been playing on her mind for a very long time, and she needs Americans to answer it right now.
If you're an American and you drive a car, please can you answer this question for me, because it's been playing on my mind for quite some time. I need to know this before I come to your country, because I think I need to know and learn about what the hell is going on over there, because why are y'all's cars so friggin' big? Like, every time I've seen an American car, it is the size of my house and with wheels on it. It's crazy. Why is a house driving across the road? Why do you literally have boats as cars? Do you have big roads? Do you need big cars? Is there a reason as to why this is? Because every time I've been to a car show, I'm a bit of a car girl. Yes, I am wife material. They have American cars there sometimes, and they are double the size of our cars, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. Is there a reason? And I would love to know the reason, because I find Americans so fascinating.
A house with wheels on it. That is what an American truck looks like to someone from Europe for the very first time. And here's the thing, she is not wrong. American trucks are enormous. American roads are enormous. American distances are enormous. And once you understand the distances, everything else starts to make sense. A British man who has been to America 3 times, thousands of miles on American freeways, and every single time, the same reaction, beating the GPS. That is an American sport that Europeans have never heard of. Back home, 5 kilometers over the speed limit and a camera catches you and a fine arrives in the post. In America, the speed limit is more of a suggestion, and everyone on the freeway is already going 15 over and nobody bats an eye. Because in America, the distances demand it. Now here is the fact that breaks every European's brain when they first hear it. A British man who uses it every single time he tries to explain how big America actually is.
There's a fact that I use to verify the size of America to people who don't believe how big it actually is, who've never been there. And it's this fact right here. And it blows my mind, and I've been to America. If you now were to drive in Europe across France, Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, Luxembourg, Austria, and Switzerland, so 7 different European countries, and you took the amount of time you drove across them countries in Europe, you still wouldn't make it across Texas. You still wouldn't. How insane is that? And that's just one state. I use that fact all the time when I try and tell people how big America actually is. You can drive across 7 European countries, and in the same time, if you did that across Texas, you still wouldn't make it across Texas. What? What? And that's one state. There's 50 states, man. What? And if that doesn't verify you how big America actually is, then I don't know what will. I literally don't know what will.
And you still would not make it across Texas. That is not a joke. That is geography. And it is the answer to every single question Europeans have about American driving. Why are the cars so big? Because the roads are big. Why are the roads so big? Because the country is big. Why does everyone drive? Because there is no other option when your nearest neighbor is 40 minutes away and the nearest Walmart is 30 miles down a freeway with 8 lanes and nobody going the speed limit. A British woman, living in America, who discovered something she never expected. She loves being in her car.
As a Brit in America, something I love that a lot of people hate and complain about is being in my car. I love traffic. I put on a podcast, I get an iced latte, and I just like enjoy my ride. And I get so sad when my car ride ends and I just want it to last forever because I just love being alone in my car. I don't know why people hate being in their car so much. Like, it's such a nice time to just like spend with yourself and like vibe. So comment below where you hate traffic and all these things. I love it. I love the big roads here. I love driving. It's just different to England. England, we don't have these amazing big roads and freeways, and there's so much to also look at. Like, I look at the amazing houses and the mountains, and the sunsets are amazing. So maybe I'm rose tinted, but I just love being in my car and everything about it.
She loves traffic. A British woman. In America, I love sitting in traffic. Because in America, traffic still means air conditioning, your own music, your own space, a podcast, an iced latte. In the UK, traffic means sitting in a tiny car on a tiny road going nowhere in the rain. These are not the same experiences. And Europeans who discover American driving never want to go back. And then there are the trucks. A British couple who moved to America and developed an obsession they never saw coming.
I never thought that I would find a hobby that I enjoy as much as people watching until I moved to America. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the sport of truck watching. Now, truck watching is definitely a sport best enjoyed when driving, but obviously I can't film that. So I've just finished getting a couple bits from Publix and I thought I would have a little nosy around the car park and see if I can find anything cool. Look at this bad boy. It's absolutely huge. It is about 3 times as tall as me. Look at the gap between the wheels and the hubcaps. I kind of want to hang around and see how he even gets back into that, because like, you must need a stool, a step, a raise somehow. Oh, this is not a big truck, but this might be the coolest vehicle I've ever seen. Look at this guy. So cool. In the UK, I think it's fair to say that you're only driving a truck for like work purposes. But over here, trucks are just like an average family car, I think. I don't know, America, that's a question for you. Why are people buying trucks instead of regular sized cars?
Truck watching. She invented a new hobby just to accommodate her obsession with American trucks. And she is not alone. Europeans who arrive in America expecting normal-sized cars find themselves standing in parking lots staring at vehicles that are 3 times taller than them, trying to figure out how anyone gets inside without a ladder. And this is the clip that brings it all together. A British man who has driven thousands of miles across America, and he has something to say to every American watching this who takes their roads for granted.
Americans, I genuinely don't think you understand how good you actually have it. The size of your houses, absolutely massive for not too much of a cost. The size of your roads. Some of the roads in England are scary to drive down because they're so thin and narrow. The size of your supermarkets. Endless produce. Endless. You could walk around a Walmart all day and keep seeing new things. Some of the supermarkets over here in England are tiny, cramped, constantly bumping into people. The nature, you have endless nature to see in America. It's incredible. I've never experienced anything like it.
And another difference about driving in the UK versus driving in Texas is distances. I'm about to head to Tilbury, DP World, London Gateway. It's part of my weekly commute, and it's about 70 miles. On a good day, it'll take me an hour and a half to get there, 90 minutes. On a Friday afternoon, it'll take 2 hours. On a day where there's roadworks or road closures, it's going to take me 7 to 10 business days to get home. However, in Texas, you know, barring being on a backcountry road and getting behind a tractor, which happens there as well as here, 70 miles, if I think, oh, I'm going on a road trip, it's going to be 70 miles, I'm already thinking at least an hour or less.
Yeah, I have this giant America truck. Look how big this thing is. It's called a Jeep Gladiator. This is so excessive. This is bigger than anything I've ever driven.
He wants to get back to America, not because of the cities, not because of the landmarks, not because of the food, because of the roads, the space, the freedom that comes from living in a country so big that a car is not a luxury. It is a way of life. Here is what this video is really about. Europeans arrive in America thinking they understand cars. They have driven their tiny roads, squeezed through their tiny villages, paid their enormous petrol prices, stood at train stations waiting for delayed trains that never arrive. And then they land in America, and they see 8-lane freeways stretching as far as the eye can see. Trucks 3 times taller than them used for the school run. Self-driving cars in San Francisco. Car washes with LED lights that feel like nightclubs. Drive-through for everything. Roads so straight you can see for 78 kilometers in a single glance. And they finally understand. America does not drive everywhere because Americans are lazy. America drives everywhere because America is enormous. Because the distances demand it. Because the roads reward it. Because the freedom that comes with it is something you cannot put a price on. You cannot walk across Texas. You cannot take a train from city to city and expect it to be there on time. You drive. You put on a podcast. You get an iced latte. And you enjoy every single mile. Drop a comment below. Americans, what is the longest drive you have ever done without even thinking twice about it? And if you are European, what was the moment American driving completely changed how you see the world?